As authors, we aim to do our best in the new year, yet sometimes we fall prey to past mistakes and old habits. We may not always know it, but it does start with the mind. So let's discover together a positive way to make this 2024 a better one. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Brendalyn Mantianor. I am a Canadian author of children's books as well as the Christian fantasy novel Ember in the Mist. I have a tool that's going to help me from falling off the wagon. In this video, we are going to cover 2024 affirmations that we are going to write for ourselves. As I shared in my past video, I have an affirmation board right here where I made sure to write all the things that apply to me, things that I want to do in 2024, and things that I am not going to repeat this new year. If you'd like to follow along with me with your own template, check the description below and grab your copy. Let's begin. So why positive affirmations and how can they make a difference for you? As I stated at the beginning of this video, it all starts in the mind. We are always thinking as writers. We have our stories planned out, our characters, the plots, and sometimes, unfortunately, we have thoughts and worries and feelings where we are failures. The first step is being honest with ourselves and recognizing that, yes, we do have faults, but it does not mean that we aren't capable of doing great things. Now that you have your template, you can follow along with me as we go through the positive affirmations and the rejections that we have for the new year. First stop is I ams and I am nots. I wrote here 5 things that I am and 4 things that I am not. That's what came to mind when I was focusing on my affirmations. And you can add things along the way, but I thought that having 5 or 4 things minimal for each one would really make me focus. What I have here is I am creative, successful, able, flexible, and blessed. And those are the 5 things that I am going to focus on this year. Whenever I waver, I am going to come back and check these. For I am not, I am going to say I am not bland or boring. I am not weak. I am not a fake. And I am not incompetent. So those are the things I'm going to remind myself that I am not, and I'm not going to be intimidated by my doubts because those are lies. Now it's your turn. What are you and what are you not? Write that down in your template below. Feel free to pause the video and continue when you're ready. Next we have I wills and I will nots. For myself, I wrote I will keep learning. I will stay driven. I will execute each task at a time. The one that I really am going to put a star on or an emphasis on is executing each task at a time and not overwhelming myself and doing so many things at once. And yes, though I am driven and I want to keep learning, it doesn't mean I'm going to overwhelm myself this 2024. Taking it one step at a time is key this year. And for my I will nots, I wrote I will not compare to others. I will not procrastinate my work. I will not doubt my dreams. And I will not pressure myself. And I like that when I was looking back at the two, I was making sure that my positive affirmations as well as my rejections for 2024 did have a balance between them so that I can always come back to this and make sure that it motivates me and I can dismantle any doubts I have this year. What will you do in 2024? And what are the things that you will not tolerate in the new year? Following this, we have I cans and I cannots. And I wrote that I can write every month, each chance I get. I can grow my audience. I will level up my content. And fourthly, I wrote, I will create a world that will reach readers. I'm glad to see people reading Ember in the Mist, and I'm excited that people will be able to do the same soon with Ripples of the Past, which is my work in progress. And so I am motivating myself that though I'm still at the beginning stage of my series, I am very, very confident that I'll be able to reach other potential writers in the very near future. Now for my cannots. I cannot control other people's thoughts. I cannot dwell on perfection. And I cannot base my growth and journey on other writers. This goes a lot with the comparison I mentioned before. And in my last video, I mentioned that comparison is bad medicine. Yes, you can look at somebody's content and be inspired, but if you have any negative thoughts or feelings like, oh, why can't I do this? Or when am I going to get there? And you start having these negative feelings and thoughts, that's when it becomes harmful. I know that my journey is different from everyone else's, but knowing it is different than living it out. And that's what I really want to do this year. So back to you. What can you do this 2024? And what are things that you're going to have to let go and that you cannot do? And the last part we're going to cover together is I want and I do not want. I wrote, I want to improve my writing. I want to reach many readers and writers on social media. I want to enjoy my writing journey. And I want to grow as a creator. And this brings me to the part where our minds are powerful. We have wants that we want to do, and we can dream as much as we want to. But the reality is, if it just stays in our mind, it's not going to always happen. You have to think it, believe it, and live it. I'm going to say that again. You have to think it, believe it, and live it. That means that whatever your dreams are, whatever your ambitions are, whatever your hopes are, your plans are, it's good that you're thinking about it. But whatever you've set out, you've got to believe you can do it. You have to believe that you have the tools and skills necessary to fulfill your goals. Best way for you to do it is not just to plan things out, but to actually do your plans. You've got to remind yourself that if you overthink or worry, how is it going to solve your problem? Because when we think about it, we don't want to live out our worries. So I find a tool like these affirmations are going to help us really break those negative concepts that we keep telling ourselves. So let's end with the things that I do not want for 2024. I do not want to fail or give up. I do not want to rush my work. I do not want to please others. And lastly, I do not want to belittle myself. And I think that goes back with the comparison thing, that when you do compare yourself, somebody is higher than the other. And I find that sometimes I find myself on the lower end. And so I told myself I'm not going to belittle myself. Yes, my journey has just begun, and there are others who have done this for a couple of years now. My time will come. I just need to keep going, not give up, and do my best. What are your wants for 2024? And what are things you do not want to take with you in the new year? I hope this little exercise was helpful for you in really reflecting and seeing how you've been thinking about your own goals, about your own writing journey, and about everything that is to come in 2024. I'm telling you right now, it's not really easy, but it's not impossible either. And it's important for us to really think positively, especially when we hit rock bottom or we're going through those valleys. Because as much as we're going through the valleys, there are going to be moments where we're on top of the mountain. Don't give up, believe in yourself, live your dreams, and do your best. If no one's told you this in a while or ever before, I am rooting for you. And I know that this year is going to be a better one. If you know of a friend who would benefit from these positive affirmations, please share it with them. And if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification button so that you don't miss any new videos that will be coming up. You've got this, my writing friend. Have a blessed day, and I'll see you in the next video.